It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on this, the 9th day of August 2022, coming to you from Central Virginia Forest area. And hot air Tom, Lizzie, Carol, and Nikki, can you guys just tell me if you are hearing me okay and seeing me okay, as I am on a new camera setup and microphone setup this morning? Just if somebody could drop in a yay or nay in the comments, I would appreciate that. The main story today is Princess cancels sailings due to labor shortages. We're going to talk about that this morning on Travel and Cruise Industry News for, thank you, Carol, for the August 9th, 2022. Today is National Rice Pudding Day. I mean, I generally like puddings as a whole. Probably rice pudding would be my least favorite, but, I have no problem with that. If you like rice pudding day, by all means, make some. Or go someplace that has rice pudding. It's not one of the things you normally find on menus in a whole lot of restaurants. Maybe a country cooking place. All right, stories this morning other than Princess canceling a bunch of cruises. Pittsburgh athletes join American Queen. Pittsburgh Jason will be interested in that one. American Symphony delivered early. Still cutting on Carnival's second Chinese ship. Brilliance of the Seas redeploying to Australia, and a lot more live here at 11 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. If you're listening via the podcast, always welcome aboard. You can access the podcast via my blog, accessadventures.net. Usually within 5 minutes or 10 minutes of the broadcast ending, the podcast is up. You can access it there at all times. Or wherever you get your normal podcast from, all the big guys. Amazon, Google, Stitcher, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Spotify, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts. That'll have to search for Travel and Cruise Industry News. And the old fat travel guy pops up. A couple announcements again, just to remind everybody. On September the 8th and 9th, I will be broadcasting en route. It will probably be shorter broadcast as I am heading to. We'll be heading to Miami for Symphony of the Seas sailing on the 10th. And of course, the next cruise coming up is the Hot Air Tom and Cindy cruise out of Miami, which is going to be on August 21st. I am going to talk with Raleigh Airport today to see how they've been doing as far as cruise cancellations go. I'm concerned about flying on the day of the cruise. I'd never like to do that, and I'm stuck doing it this time. I don't know. We'll see. I may have a change of heart on that one. All right, I will be back with I had a phone call come in while I'm in the middle of the program. I'll be back with the latest in the news after this word from one of our network sponsors. All right, on with today's news. Princess cancels sailings due to labor shortages. Princess Cruise Line has announced that 11 cruises are canceled for the Diamond Princess, which includes departures out of San Diego. It comes as the cruise line is dealing with labor shortages while occupancy rates continue to rise across its ships. The canceled cruises are from September 1st of this year through November 13th of this year. The good news is impacted guests have the option for a replacement voyage departing in 2022 or 2023, departing out of Los Angeles rather than San Diego. The cruises would also be offered not with Diamond Princess, but with Discovery Princess or Crown Princess. Guests who choose to transfer their booking to one of the replacement voyages will have $100 onboard spending per person. The added benefit of knowing their current cruise fare will be protected. Any pre- or post-cruise transfers between the airport and pier will automatically be transferred to the replacement voyage. Any other pre-packages not purchased with the cruise line will automatically be refunded. Alternatively, guests can choose to receive $100 in onboard credit along with accepting 100% future cruise credit that can be used to book another Princess cruise that departs anytime between now and the end of 2023. So it can be used anytime until December 31st, 2023. There's also an option for a full refund. You just have to fill out the form and submit it by September the 8th. Diamond Princess is scheduled to return to the sea, departing San Diego on November the 13th on a 7-night itinerary that includes calls to Loreto and La Paz and Cabo San Lucas, all in Mexico. All right, so Princess is canceling 11 cruises due to staff shortages. American Queen Voyages is collaborating with local Pittsburgh student athletes on a project that aims to raise awareness of American Queen's arrival in Pittsburgh and the job openings available within the company. The NIL campaign stars football offensive lineman Carter Warren, defensive lineman Deslin Alexander, men's basketball guard William Jeffries, women's basketball guard Lauren Wiseland, women's tennis player Alexandra Jaksic, according to the company. Their goal is to spread the word about American Queen voyages, sailings out of Pittsburgh, as well as hospitality and marine operation jobs on the river. To operate the American Queen requires up to 160 crew members. The American Queen will be on display at Pittsburgh's North Shore Riverfront Park on August the 8th. Ooh, that was yesterday. They should have got the news release out before that. I just realized I didn't miss that this morning, that was yesterday that it's going to be on display. So it was on display yesterday, folks. And the company has invited the public to attend. Non-sailing guests are not permitted to tour the ship. The human resource representatives will be on hand at dockside to discuss career opportunities with American Queen Voyages. So if you're living in Pittsburgh, that is now apparently sailing out of Pittsburgh. So check it out. Check out their schedule. All right, American Cruise Line took early delivery of American Symphony. American Symphony passed its sea trials last week and was delivered to the cruise line from Chesapeake Shipbuilding. The vessel is the fifth in the line of new series of boats and the 15th small ship built by Chesapeake for American Cruise Lines. The 175 passenger boat is set to depart on her first cruise August the 27th from New Orleans. The cruise line plans to christen it during the inaugural voyage on August the 30th in Natchez, Mississippi. American Symphony is the sister ship to American Melody, which debuted last year. The vessel features 5 decks and every stateroom has a private balcony, including suite and solo cabins, folks. Has some solo cabins. The architectural design includes lots of glass and allows for lots of natural light and views throughout various spaces on board. Symphony also showcases American Cruise Line's patented opening bow and retractable gangway, as well as the Deck 5 skywalk with an ellipse that cantilevers over the cafe below. The ship also has multiple lounges, both indoor and outdoor, as well as a grand dining room, fitness center, and a wellness yoga studio. And one of the things that I found interesting about this is the solo cabins. They're not, the pricing on it, while it's not single supplement, completely, it's not double like the big cruise lines do. Maybe take the price of one person and add 10% or something like that. So it's way better than the double price solos normally pay. Clearly not 100% supplement like you find on most ships. Worth checking out. American Cruise Line. Carnival Corporation. Construction has started at the Shanghai Wagakiao. I think that's proper pronunciation. Started at the Shanghai Wagakiao shipyard in Shanghai, China, for the second large cruise ship to be constructed entirely in China. The ship is based on the successful Vista-class ships and will be fully tailored to the emerging Chinese market. The vessel is being built under the ownership of CSBC Carnival Cruises, a joint venture company established in China in 2018 by the China Shipbuilding Group, the world's largest shipbuilder, and Carnival Corporation, the world's largest cruise company. The company behind the original Vista-class ship, Fincantieri, is acting as advisors to the projects. The 5,200 passenger cruise ship is the second vessel to be built by the joint partnership. Late last year, CSBC Carnival celebrated the float-out ceremony for the first ship, which is currently undergoing internal fitting and is due to enter service in 2023. The second vessel will be enter service in 2024. The development of the cruise market in China is high on the list of all major cruise companies. China is widely seen as one of the markets with the most significant growth potential, and if successful, it could mean a substantial financial boost to Carnival Corporation. Besides 2 Vista-class vessels, the company also owns Costa Atlantica and Costa Mediterranea and expects many more ships to be built in record time once China reopens. One thing that is holding growth back currently are the lockdowns that are still in place in many of the Chinese cities. Yeah, that was a big story Sunday and again yesterday on a lockdown of the tourist area down in the south part of China. Obviously, both Carnival and Royal Caribbean have invested billions in the Chinese marketplace that they can't get back until the COVID situation is gotten back in line in China. And of course, the political ramifications of China and them being upset. And there still could be some problems in dealing with this. We're just going to have to wait and see how that goes. All right, y'all guys are pretty familiar with Brilliance of the Seas. It's the cruise ship that I was scheduled to be on in Europe next year on a group cruise. They switched to a different ship with a bunch of hooey, I thought. Royal Caribbean's presence will increase in Australia following the announcement of a redeployment of Brilliance to the seas. The ship will sail on itineraries previously announced for Enchantment of the Seas. Royal Caribbean said changes in maritime regulations were the reason for replacing the two ships. Brilliance of the Sea was originally planned for Europe and Florida itineraries in 2023 and 24, but will now sell Alaska itineraries starting in April, including a number of cruises departing from Vancouver before going to Australia in October. Among the itineraries, 11-night Great Barrier Reef round-trip cruises from Sydney with port of calls in Arley Beach, Cairns, Port Douglas, Willis Island, and Eden, with fares starting from $1,400 and up. December 8th, 2023 departure. She will also sell a 12-star round trip from Sydney that goes to New Zealand. Nice cruises if you're down under. I was looking forward to being on Brilliance of the Seas. I'm sorry that didn't work out. The ship also travels from Sydney to Indonesia on a 16-night voyage. There's some really nice itineraries. All guests booked on Enchantment of the Seas will automatically be rebooked on Brilliance and similar accommodations. They're also given the option to rebook other Royal Caribbean sailings and receive a full refund. Brilliance of the Seas is a Radiance class ship, first launched in 2002 with a capacity of 2,500. All right, that's going to wrap up the news stories for today. So let's go over in the chat room and see who's fussing at me. Hot Air's here. Lizzie's with us. Hi, Lizzie. Carol's with us. Nikki's with us. Hey, yes, we hear you, and see you. Very good. Bonnie's here. Hi, Bonnie. Gretchen's here. Hey, Gretchen. Rice pudding is my son's favorite. Ah, very good, Liz. Rice pudding is not very popular these days. Neither is tapioca. Yeah, they're not as popular as they were, but yeah, you used to find it every now and then. You know, a little rice pudding. We always put a little cinnamon on it. I never minded it. That was a way of getting rid of rice when you had extra. You know, you used to cook rice and have a ton of it left over. So I like what my family did with it. They made rice pudding. Sonny's with us down in Mississippi. Bonnie loves rice pudding and tapioca. Mike's with us. Hi, Mike. Hope you're keeping well. Yeah, I've been feeling terrific, guys. I go Thursday to see the urologist, which is more of a checkup on anything. Those of you that follow me all along know that, I had a catheter for over a year and a half. I finally got rid of that, which is one of the reasons I was able to start cruising, because I didn't have the catheter anymore. But I have to go back to the urologist for a checkup and make sure that all the plumbing's working, which I can tell you it is. And then next week, just before I leave to go to Miami for the Norwegian sky sailing, I've got to go back to the oncologist, do the blood work all over again, another liver scan, PSA test, see if numbers are going in the right direction is what we're hoping for. I just need it to have dropped to 0.1 or 0.2%, just anything down, and I'll feel so much better. Bonnie wants to know, Lizzie, does your son like the Ambrosia brand of rice pudding? It's one of my favorites. Okay, that's going to wrap me up today, folks. I'm hoping to be out by the pool this afternoon. I don't have near as much stuff on my plate here in the house for a change, so I'm hoping to get outside here very quickly and spend some time in the sun and time at the pool this afternoon. So If you're new to this channel, and we do have lots of new folks, especially the folks that came to us from the New York Times, the Daily. I appreciate you being here. As always, the channel appreciates having some thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, please consider to do so. It costs nothing. You'll hit the bell notification. You'll know when I go live or when a new video is up. And of course, I will be broadcasting every day on the cruises coming up. I've got 2 here within the next 30 days. So I'll be doing live streams from both cruises and doing the show every day, as always. So please subscribe if you have not done so. That's going to wrap it up for today, guys. I'll see everybody back here tomorrow morning for the Wednesday edition of Travel and Cruise Industry News. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. This is the old fat travel guy. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.